So yeah. So you know what a requirement? Requirement is I want app 2 can access data from app 1. Nice. But if I need only data, right? Why? Because if you give me the data, I can show it on my dashboard in my style. Yes, you know.
Yes.
See, Mister, suppose I am running a shop for shoes, right? I'm selling shoes. So you tell me, this is my website, right? People are coming to buy shoes from my website, right? And my website is sell www.sales. You write what you write, don't care. Com, right? So I'm just selling online shoes, right? And I have my partner application who has also a lot of shoes in his back office, in his store. Clear? Suppose he has 10,000 of shoes, pieces of shoes. Understood? Hello, you are not replying.
Yes.
So here, and I have only 100 shoes, right? Oh, nice. But I have a good customer base where I'm selling all those things, right? Yep. So tell me, if some customer asks for shoes, right? You can sell your shoes as well as your partner's shoes, right? But if somebody comes to you, you will not send him to this store. Yes, you know. Otherwise, you lose your business. Clear?
Yes.
You will say I have everything at my store. So basically, whatever shoes they have here, you want to display it here, right? On your dashboard or his dashboard? Of course, on your dashboard. How is possible? It's only possible you should have some way to fetch his data. Are you following me? What man?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
His data. You fetch his data internally and show it on your dashboard on the GUI. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
So now here you are not going to access your partner website. No, no. Your partner website is www.shoes.com, right?
Yes.
That's all? No. Because if you access the website, it will show you the GUI representation, right? You don't want it. Actually, basically, my purpose is I want to access his raw data. Are you following me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Raw data means I need data only. I don't want to. I don't want he should display, price and all. That's my job, right? How to display. So we need raw data. Raw data is basically you need to understand what raw data. Raw data is not object, right? Raw data means here XML and JSON etc. These are the called raw data representation, right? So you need raw data. So this application app 2 will ask for the raw data from application 1. And once raw data goes to app 2 can display in his style. Got it? Hmm. What is the benefit of raw data? Raw data you can represent in your own style, right? So what is requirement, Arun? Requirement is I want this application should fetch data from
Fetch
app
that
1.
data from the other.
So somebody
Absolutely.
saying why app 1 is not exposing database to app 2. Then app 2 can directly talk to the
Communicate
database
with
of,
that database. Yeah,
but
it
nobody will
can
give you
hack.
the access of database. If you access the database, right? Nobody no, normally don't, but nobody wants to expose it, right? It is a
Yes.
business, right? They don't want to expose the data, how they store and all. So basically, what is solution of it? There should be some way so that app 2 can eat data from app 1. This is called communication between two applications, right? If app 2 wants
So
data
like
from
app
app
two
1,
can hit the controller, right? App one.
yeah, something like that. Okay,
Uh,
so
yes.
basically, requirement is app 1 should expose data to app 2 so that app 2 can eat it. So in
Without
order
showing
to
a database.
facilitate this mechanism, what is it?
Without showing a database.
Yeah, yeah. So in order to do that, there is a mechanism that is called web service. Oh, what? Web
Web
service.
service.
What is a web service? Web service is a technology, not language, mechanism, technique, which allows communication between two different applications in platform independent and technology independent manner. What is it? Web service is a technology which allows a data exchange between two different applications. I hope I'm making myself clear.
Mm-hmm.
I can write the definition of it.
Yeah.
I may have, right? So let me write definition. It allows what? Any guess? It allows data exchange between to applications. How? I'm just writing in very short form. I don't know you are with me or not. Yes.
Yeah.
It allowed data exchange between two applications in platform and technologies independent manner. Understood? One application may be running on different platform, different technology, but both can exchange data to each other. How? Web service. And I'm telling you, web service comes into two flavor in Java. One is called REST web service. Second one is called SOAP web service. REST web service. Sometime you can say REST API. Are you following me? REST endpoint, REST API interface. All are the same thing. Okay. Second one is called SOAP web service. Oh, nice. So how many flavor of the web service we have?
Two.
SOAP.
Flavor.
Oh, two. Which one is our agenda right now? First, we are going to talk about REST API.
REST API.
Mahendra,
So
what is the difference between a REST API and then REST API interface? I thought like API itself is the interface.
all are the same thing. I told you. You can use interchangeably. Right? No difference. It's just terminology.
Okay.
So which is our agenda today? Agenda is REST API. Oh, why you design this? The people when you design your application, people can ask this question. Your application has REST API support? What question?
REST API
Hey,
support.
your application has REST API support. REST API support means your application is capable of exposing the data in raw format.
To
Yes,
the
right.
other application.
Benefit. Yeah. Facebook, Google, Twitter, Gmail. I hope you know. All
Yeah,
are
yeah,
having support of REST API. They
yeah,
expose their data. Not man. Every application. This is standard nowadays.
yeah. Most of the application is
Yeah, REST API. So REST
airlines.
API. Yeah. So REST API. If somebody would say, "What is a REST API?" Your answer should be REST API is the way to expose data in raw format, right? So that other application can eat your data, right? See, if I have a support of REST API in my application, do I need to ask with somebody else, hey, you want to eat my data? Yeah. So do you need to know their technology? Who wants to eat the data? No at all. Mhm. Because in REST API, any application can communicate with platform independent and technology independent manner. I hope I'm making myself clear. Yes, clear.
Yes, yes.
So to today's agenda is we have to, okay, if I'm running my application on Spring Boot, how much time it will take to make a REST API? 2 minutes. It's really. So designing a REST API with the Spring Boot is just 2 minutes job, right? But designing REST API, good REST API is really, if you want to make something and based, it will take time, right? But REST API you can design in 2 minutes. I'm going to show you. The agenda of this session is
To fetch
designing
the
REST
data,
API.
raw
I
data from
think
the
Yeah,
other application
designing
by using
designing
this,
REST API.
yeah, by
Yeah,
using the
design REST
REST
API
API.
means you want to expose your data so that anybody can eat it. Any other
It is.
application can eat it. Let's try.
yeah,
Okay.
So somebody would say, what is REST API? Answer should be REST API is one of the flavor of the web service which allows the exchange data between two application, platform independent and technology independent manner. And REST
Okay.
API is one of the very common thing because nowadays this is the world of the distributed applications where many applications all together they are going to offer service to the end user, right? If you have REST API, you see in my application, I have REST
Lagan,
API.
you're so fast.
I'm always so fast, okay? And you should not bother about, man. What I'm speaking, do you think anybody can grasp it? Not at all. Mhm. So you need to just understand my intention, Raj. After that, you just do practical and grasp the thing. You know what I'm saying? Whatever
Yeah.
sentence whatever sentence I'm delivering here, nobody can grasp it. I know, zero.
Why
Understood?
not?
But
Yeah.
you should know the purpose of it. You see in this, Raj, here I have REST API, and who is going to eat my data? mobile app. It may be iOS, it may be Android,
Yeah.
and second browser, right? Third Postman. So benefit is, what is the benefit of designing REST API?
Allows to
Anytime,
access the raw data.
yeah. You know, nowadays you may be accessing application internet through the mobile phone. Remember, like e-commerce application, banking application, your utility bill, everything you do with the mobile phone. Even you transfer the money, right?
Yeah.
This
Mhm.
example of web service. And most of the time, 99% cases, what we use? REST,
REST,
REST web
REST.
service, REST API, REST endpoint, REST interfaces. Nice. They are different terminology. Mr. Raj, you understand what I'm teaching you? You forget about what I talked about.
Yeah, I'm understanding you like that. REST API will allows to exchange the raw data.
But that's man. Why you are saying I'm fast? I'm not fast. Okay, you need to just understand this. This was the only
Okay.
crux of the session. Done.
Logan, what is
After
that
that,
non-idempotent data? You wrote that.
I very read it. Oh, Naig. Idempotent means when you perform some operation and it would not put side effect, right? For example, if you fetch data, same data you fetch again and again, again and again, what happened? Kushal, nothing, right?
Nothing.
So in web application, there is some operation when you perform multiple time, it will not do anything. Like get, put. If you update the same data again and again, again and again, what happened? Nothing.
Nothing.
You are changing your name is Raj and you are changing to Kushal, and you change 10 times. Raj to Kushal, Raj to Kushal, right? Delete. You have data Kushal and you want to delete it, and you are very angry and you deleted 20 times. What happened? First time is deleted, and remaining 19 times you wasted your time.
Yes, yes.
So this kind
Yeah,
of
got
thing
it.
is called side effect free idempotent. Get, put, delete are idempotent, post are not idempotent, because if you submit the same request 20 times, 20 new record will be created. Say yes.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll talk about, right, in REST API. Normally we use all the five operation: get, post, put, delete, and patch. Get, there's standard rule for it. If you want to fetch data, you should use get. If you want to create the data, you should use post. If you want to update the data, you should use put. If you want to delete the data, you should use delete. And if you want to update partial update, Mr. Kushal, you have 20 attribute. You want to modify only one of it, you can use patch. Clear? Again, I'm
Yes.
telling you, I'm not going to teach you anything theoretically. I don't have that much time. Okay. We'll have
Okay.
fun. In fun, we'll see the practical. Simple. Got it?
Got it.
And I'm telling you, you can ask as many as questions, and I'll relate with the industry and tell you. And I'm tell you where I'm using it. Okay, man? With example.
Gotcha. All right. Thank you.
There is no scope of theoretical knowledge because that is not going to help you. Theoretical knowledge means a lot of confusions, no fun. Practical knowledge means a lot of fun, no confusion at all. Mr. Raj, you got my point?
Yeah, I'm getting.
Okay, if you're getting me, I'm getting you. Done. Uh, in REST API, I have a lot of things to tell you, okay, theoretically. But first of all, see practical. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. After that, we'll jump to the theoretical thing. So approach is practical through, sorry, practical to theoretical. Let's start. Hey, what is agenda? I forget it. Who will help me to recall? Okay. Before that, anybody have idea about JSON? JSON? JSON is the data representation format. Can you see
It's
this
a
photo?
it's a JavaScript object notification,
Java,
right?
yeah, JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation.
Notation.
It is a way to represent raw data. Somebody
It's an
would say
alternative use of XML, I guess.
alternative use of XML. Okay. You can say like that, right?
Yeah.
Are you following me? Like you have two food, pizza and bread, right? So you can say pizza is the alternate of bread, right? You know, people will get happy of this answer. I don't think so, right? Are you following me? That's okay. That's okay. This is my Java object, and I want to represent in JSON format. You know, JSON, Java, and Java object script notation does not have any relation. You know it, right? JavaScript object notation. Java and JavaScript object rotation has any relation? No at all, right? So you have Java object. No Java object. I'm asking this question with you. Yeah. What is
Yes.
Java object? Java object is way to represent data in the memory. Java object is way to represent solve our problem, right? Real life problem. You know it.
Yes.
You know. I hope you know core Java. Yep. So this is Java object in the memory. Who will tell me Java object is a memory representation? This Java object can travel as it is on network. Listen to me very carefully. Java object can travel over the network. Means you can send from one application to other application without doing anything as it is. No, memory cannot travel. Right? That's correct. Let me write it. Memory not travel. What do you say? Not replying.
Yes. Memory
Yes.
cannot travel.
Yeah. Memory cannot travel. That's correct. So Java object cannot be transferred the network unless and until you do something. Okay. So here, if you have Java object, you have to convert in JSON. When you convert in JSON, JSON data for same JSON object, JSON data will look like this. Can you see this? Curly bracket open and close, right? And in
Yes.
JSON, data is always in key value format. Whatever attribute you have, just make a key name in double quotes and colon. Then whatever value you have, you can write also in double. This is called Java object, JavaScript object rotation. Mhm. Comma. Similarly, you can do for color. Confuse colon and here white. Raj. You got the syntax? Comma and all that price, right? Price and price is integer. Integer you can write without double quotes. Raj, you got it? This is Java object and this is corresponding JSON representation.
JSON.
And
JSON.
you may have very complex JSON. This is very simple, right? Which I'm showing over here. But you can have many very complex JSON. So nowadays all the data exchange mostly 99% are done in JSON format only. Why not XML? We'll talk on that. Okay, not right now. Make sense to you? This is your Java object. So who convert your Java object into JSON format? Any guess? Jackson Mapper library. Which library I'm going to use, Mr. Arun? Jackson
Jackson.
Mapper
Jackson mapper.
library. And we have Google JSON also, right? I know only these two. There may be many more. Okay. So you can use either Jackson Mapper library or you can use Google JSON library.
JSON.
If you understand, say I understand. This library can convert your Java object into JSON and vice versa. Oh, what is it? Java object to Java object into JSON
JSON
and
object to
JSON into
Java object.
Java object. I hope you got this much. See, my
Yes.
plan is I'll start project as soon as. Okay, that's my plan. Clear?
Okay.
Because whatever we are doing, we want to have fun in project only. That's agenda. Hmm? So in project,
Yes.
I'm going to use this. That's why I'm teaching you.
Okay.
Any question, query, if anybody has? JavaScript,
No
this
questions.
is Java JSON representation, raw key value format done. Now I'm going to design my REST API, which will produce JSON data. You see, REST API design in Spring Boot is job of just 2 minutes. Okay, I say 5 minutes, right? I reduce 3 minutes more. Only 2 minutes job. Allow me. This data I want to expose as JSON. Allow me. So,
Mm.
so when you want to produce JSON data, you design a normal class, right? Class name may be profile REST API. With me? Yep.
Yes.
So when you design your REST API should be annotated with REST controller, not controller one, REST controller, because it is going to generate raw data, JSON data. Why
Raw
REST
data.
controller? Why REST controller? Any guess?
To create the raw data. To
Yeah,
pull the raw data.
to create or accept
Raw data.
raw data. Nobody can say, sir, XML or JSON. Raw data means it could be JSON, XML, XML feed, text, etc. Clear? Nice. So
But we are doing
here,
JSON.
no. Spring REST API is saying I can give you whatever you want. Oh, Nice. I'll design it for one. You will. We are doing general design. G1
Yeah.
general design. So it will generate JSON data, XML data, anything. Oh, nice. You say, hey, I'm very hungry. I want JSON data. REST API will say, yep, I can give you. If you say I'm hungry, I need XML data, it is up to you. So Mr. Data, where I'm going to fetch? Data I'm going to fetch from auth service. I hope you know this much, right? Auto and here I'll kill you if you don't remember this much. Okay, you know. So basically, I want to fetch my all the data. Can you see this? Tling, tling. Okay, you would say, Nagendra, I know this much, right? Because we have done a lot of practice of it. Say yes, you know this much.
Mhm.
Please say yes, even though you don't know. Okay. You know it. It's this new thing I'm teaching you. Tell me.
No, we know that. Did-
Yep. But here, my intention is not going to the JSP, right? I want to return raw data. Can you see this? My dear friend, I'm returning Java object. You got the difference between previous program and this program? In previous program, I was returning string, but here I'm returning Java object. When you return Java object, because of this notation, it will convert into raw data. Really? Really? You got it, or I make you confused? Hmm?
So
Hello?
we are returning also the object.
Yeah, I'm returning object only because I know when you return object, automatically it will be converted into raw data because of this annotation. Done.
Mm.
And see, this URL pattern already we have used it, right? So I'm going to use the same URL pattern, but I want to prefix with some particular URL pattern. Hey, this URL pattern, you cannot duplicate it. You know it? Yep. You cannot duplicate the URL pattern. That's why I'm just adding some prefix to all the URL pattern. Hello, PK4. Hmm? So you guys are not replying sometime. My all the URL pattern will be preceded with which common URL pattern you can give it, right? I just want to give some nice, right? V4. That's fine with you? Oh,
Mhm.
Mister, if you want to access this URL pattern, you have to prefix /B4. So you know why I did it? Because this URL pattern I already used. So in Spring, you know, when you use URL pattern, all it should be unique throughout the application. Make sense? Now I
Mhm.
want to show you. You want to access it? Yep. Allow me.
So the
Okay.
the V4 represent all the incoming in URL pattern, right?
Yeah. I'm saying if you want to access this sign up, you have to just use /V4 before it. So allow me. Can I access this URL pattern?
Mhm.
Hey, my REST API design is done. So this REST API will give me all the data in JSON format, and it will give you the particular data in JSON format. You have to pass email in the query param. Allow me. Can I run it? Hey,
Mhm.
I'm sorry. I forget it. How to run the application? Who will help me? Huh? Nobody helping me?
File.
You
Spring.
are the
Runner.
Spring Boot runner.
Oh, thank you for helping me. Right click on this and Java run as Java application. Cool, right? So if you want to access your REST API, hey, URL pattern is this. Sorry, like here it's saying you are using this port number already somewhere else, right? Go and stop it. I know I'm using here, right? Done. How I came to know, man? It's saying a web server failed to start. Port 8080 was already in use. Oh, I'm going to run it. Spring Boot is just fun, I'm telling you. So we are not doing anything. We are just making a lot of fun here. No,
Yeah.
I don't know. You guys should be see. No, I am expecting there should be a sound. Yes, right, like that. That is okay. How we can access it? I don't know. You have to just write localhost, say yes, and port
Yes.
number 8080. So this is the base
Yeah.
URL. To access my REST API, I have to type here /v4 slash.
V4.
After that, you can type the URL pattern here. Signups, right? Get sign up, no? enter. Hey, can you see the fun? I'm getting
Oh,
a lot of JSON data, but I want to show you only one. So it's better to pass the email ID in the query param. You know how to pass query param? Question mark. Email equals to email or T email. T email. Can you see this?
email.
This. So here you can use T email equals to this email ID. What is the benefit of it? It will give you the JSON
Just
data
say
for,
email.
yeah. Thank you. You see? What? Thank you. You have to change the URL pattern. I'm very sorry about it. Nah? You have to change the URL pattern also, right? Yep. This one. Confused? No. Here, this, right? I want to fetch data. What happened? It's showing some error. Array index. How dare you? This data is not. Give me a second, sir. Give me a second. Email ID, right? My email ID is not this one. Can you see this? This is my username. My email ID is nobody helping me. Happy email. Yeah, this is my email ID. Got it? That's why
Yeah.
earlier it was failing. Okay, okay. So what I have to use, guys? This email ID. Nice. You got it? Oh, Mister. This is JSON data forward. I would like to highlight it. Huh?
Mhm.
I don't know. You guys sometimes do not reply at all. Like
I don't
here,
know, what did you do to get rid of the error?
even I don't know what. No, error is fine. Error was, I'm giving wrong email ID, right? That was the problem.
Okay.
So the here, you need to understand the whole flow, right? When you hit it, what happened? You know, man. Tell me, when you hit it, your request goes to dispatcher solid. I made, I think, already a beautiful diagram, right? I cannot make the same diagram again and again. Okay, you know it. So when you make the call, it goes to where? Dispatcher
Dispatch.
solid.
Dispatcher.
Dispatcher solid, then eventually controller. Dispatcher servlet. Eventually it goes to controller. No? Yes or no? So
Yes.
here you are typing. You tell me. Your method is get. You know it, right? In browser, when you don't type anything, better method is get, and URL pattern is e-sign up. So it goes to the controller, right? V4 and all. So your controller is here. Am I right? Yeah. This controller is saying, give me email ID in the query parameter. Yes. Like,
Yes.
hello. After that, it's going to the database, and you know how database service layer, all those already. I think you are doing the job from last 1 month, kind of. Here you are returning Java object, Mister. You are returning Java object. So this Java object is going to be converted into raw data because of what? Because of this special annotation that is called REST controller. So when you are returning some Java object, which notation is forcing your data to be converted into JSON? Any guess? REST controller. You got the difference between REST controller and controller. Controller basically makes your class controller, and when you return something, it goes to the view resolver. But when you use REST controller, it will produce raw data. Hmm?
Yes, yes.
So REST controller is basically we use to design REST API. Please remember it. So Java object. REST controller will say when you return Java object, I will convert into raw data. So REST API, REST controller will convert your return object into raw data. But if it has to convert into raw data, it will take help of some library, right? So who is going to convert your Java object into JSON, which is looking over there in the diagram? Who's going to do this? Some library we have to use.
Jackson.
Jackson mapper. Thank you, friend, to recall it. Jackson mapper or JSON. So you can JSON is from Google, and Jackson Mapper is open source. Thank you. Both are open source. I'm sorry for that. It is from Google and it is from Jackson Mapper. Done. You got the flow and idea. Why when you return Java object, why it has been converted into raw data because of annotation. This notation is saying, hey, when you return Java object, I will convert into raw data. So this notation is enough capable to convert? No. REST controller is saying, I will only say, hey, return object, you have to be converted into Java object. But eventually, For conversion, you need,
JSON mapping.
yeah, you need this library, Jackson Mapper or JSON. Make sense? Oh, your question may be, Nagendra, the Java update is getting converted into JSON, but we haven't added any library. So this library is coming from, who is providing this library to you? Spring
Spring Boot.
Boot. Yep. Spring Boot is saying, use to me, right? If you use to me, I'll give you everything to you free of cost. Got the idea, guys? JSON
Noggin,
data.
like when we check the response value in like network call, are those like already like being converted into JSON,
Hmm.
like in the browser, like browser network call?
You can see that here. The way I'm hitting the REST API, this is wrong. You should not hit like this, okay? Mhm. If you want to hit your REST API, you can use some testing tool. Which tool?
Postman.
Testing tool that is called Postman. So you must know what Postman is. Postman is basically testing tool only. Why? You tell me, when you design REST API, how you'll test it? You need some tool to test it.
Yeah.
Postman is just testing tool, okay, that's it. But actually, who is going to eat it? Some other application, right? So
Right.
tell me, if you're designing your REST API, you cannot eat yourself, right? You cannot design some application, man. You don't have time for it.
Hmm.
But you need some tool through which you can test it. That is called
So
Postman.
Noggin, so what's like what is Swagger for? What's the purpose of Swagger? Is it like a Postman or
No, no, no. Swagger is totally different thing. Okay, we'll talk on the Swagger. Okay, Swagger is just 10 minutes job. I'll teach you and you'll understand for sure.
okay?
Swagger is different thing. Swagger basically describe your REST API. What
Oh,
are the different endpoints are, which endpoint take what parameter, what output it produce, everything is different defined in the Swagger. So Swagger is the documentation tool to describe your REST API in one line.
okay.
Swagger
So
is a documentation tool which describe your REST API. So Swagger is very important and it is used everywhere. So design Swagger is just cup of tea and it is already implemented in the project. Fine, my dear. What your question query is there? After 15 days from now, you will not have any questions. You will be questionless. Got it? That's my
okay,
plan.
sounds good, Noggin. Yeah, thank you.
Ah,
Navendra, can you please tell once again the postman thing, how the
yeah.
test?
Postman, not a big deal. Aman will take session for it. Okay. Like here,
Oh,
I have Postman. Can you see my here?
yeah, I see
If
that, but
you like
the
here, if
JSON
you want
data,
to,
they will how to test.
I'll show you. Like here,
Oh,
you just use get method and put your URL and click on it. You see, JSON data
uh-huh.
is coming. Yes, you know. Yeah.
Okay.
Like here, if you want some other format, you can do it, right? If you want same data should be available to you in XML format, right? So here you can use this notation XML root element. Are you with me?
Mm-hmm.
For what purpose? If you want the same data in XML, are you following me? So what you need to do
Yeah.
here in the header, you have to mention accept. What? Accept, and here you can mention application slash XML. Are you with me? Like
Mm-hmm.
here using this, you are saying, hey, REST API, give me XML data, please. Now you see the magic. Hello, same data.
So on the basis of the email, right? So those
On
are
the
there are
this is the data is coming, content is coming as per the email, right?
okay.
But format of the data is decided by the accept, which is sent by client to the server. Again, you want JSON? Use this. So this is the Postman is testing tool, man. Okay. So we'll teach you
Okay.
a lot about it. Daily we are going to use it, right? Postman. Your manager can say, hey, whatever REST API have you design, can you verify it to the Postman? This is a REST API, verify it to the Postman and let me know. Got it? Yeah.
Mhm.
So if you want to use, I don't know, if you want to use the other endpoint, this one, so what you have to type, man? Get and only sign up. Yes or no? So it will give you all the data in JSON format. Yes or no? Not single record. All the record from database. So it will return array of JSON data. You see? Can you see this? One record,
Mhm.
second record, third record. So you are not supposed to hit your REST API from the browser. Please. So I don't know, and you know how to install Postman. It's not a big deal. You Google it and do it, right? So Postman, how to install Postman, I'm not going to teach you. What you need to do, guys? You can go and Google it. What will you do? Go and do it, right? Done. So you got this much, or you got confused?
Yeah, we got
Got
it.
it.
Got it.
Really? This REST API, you can hit with JavaScript, Ajax and all, which is in my agenda. That's it. And second thing is, like here I'm right now fetching the data. You can send data also. Which format, man? JSON. Hello. For sending data, are you with me? I'm using same URL. Like here, same URL, but I'm using here post mapping. You got it? So when you say get and you use sign up, this will become. But when you use post and sign up, this will come. So post profile, right? So like here you are sending this data and your data is coming in the request body. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Here you can use request body notation. Oh, confused. Yeah, I know you confused.
Thanks.
I'm telling you what this is. Don't worry. This is last for today. Okay.
Mm.
Here, when you here you will send JSON data in the request body. The request body what does? Whatever JSON data is coming from the client. Hmm? JSON data coming in the request, right? In the request. So this whatever JSON data is coming in the request, request body will take the JSON data and convert it into Java object. Opposite, right? Here, when you return it, Java object will be converted into JSON. Here, JSON data is coming in the request, and you are converting into Java object. Got my point?
Java. Yeah.
After that, already I think we have method, some method save. You can save it, right? Directly done. After that, you have to return the output. Yeah, output means you can return like your data is saved successfully, something like that. Agree? So I'm just making
Yeah.
another class. Why? This class will just have simple JSON, right? So my JSON should have code and message. Hey, what? Output should have code and message. That's why I'm designing two attribute only. Hmm. Are you with me? Then you can make
Yeah.
getter and setter, whatever. And then little fast, but no? Like here, this JSON response I want to return. Why, man? Hmm. So what you need to do? Any guess? You just make object of it, right? And you set the data, and when you return this, automatically it will be converted into JSON data. Make sense? So you can say code 200. Confused, guys? No. And dot message profile as uploaded successfully. Got it, or you got confused? Hmm? Done. Hello. Like here, you will send the JSON data, and JSON data will be bind with the Java object, and you save it, and finally you are returning what kind of JSON data? Like let me write it. When it is contained JSON data, it will look like this. Say yes. Attribute name is code.
Mhm.
Colon value is 200. You are not replying. Comma.
Yeah.
Another attribute is message, and message is this one. That's it.
File is uploaded successfully.
So how JSON data is converted? Whatever attribute you have, right? It will be
Key and
key,
value.
and this will be value, comma, attribute, and this is the value. Done.
Mm.
Your question, Binaganda, can you show me? Right? So I'm going to send you the post. I'm going to send this data through the postman. Allow me, hmm?
Yeah.
So that you can test it. Please go and watch this recording 10 times. Simple. And when you come tomorrow means Monday for the session, you should know this much, okay? And you on weekend you have session as usual on same time. So please be available for that. No if else. Hey, I am fetching the data. You want to post it, right? Mister, copy this data. Copy JSON data. You see my style? And here we have to use post. Same URL. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Replying. Same URL we already talked about, right? Here. Like same URL. Only method is post, right? In this case, in the request body, body, this request body, you paste this JSON data which you want to send. Now you modify it. The here method is post URL, and in the body I'm in the data. PID will be auto generated, right? Other thing you have to send it. So here I'm sending JSON data like kill 100. Username kill 100. Password is whatever you do, and name is this, and email ID is kill this one. Mobile number is me
Yeah.
and mail. I'm sending my JSON data. Say yes. SSN number, no need to send data entry because it will be generated over there. You confused or got it? This is JSON data I'm sending. You see my style?
Sending for Java, right? Sending a
Yeah.
JSON object.
Yeah, I'm sending JSON data. When it reach to this endpoint with post, it will be converted into Java object. Eventually, it will
Java.
save into database. Allow me. Above part is for request and below is the response. Let's run it and response will come. You see? Wow. Let me make a flow of it, okay? In the diagram. Jao, jao. Can you see this? People. This JSON data, I'm sending the request body. JSON data in request body. Make sense? So you tell me which URL you are hitting. This URL, right? Which method? This method. So when you hit it, where it will go with the data? Reply. This will come over here. Yeah, you know this much, right? Yeah. So whatever JSON data you send, right? It will go to the server. Why? Because it is matching post and URL pattern sign up. Make sense? So this JSON data, when it reach to the server, a request body is reading this data and converting into Java object. Got it? So who is going to do the conversion? This notation. This notation will take this data and convert into Java object. Somebody is sleeping?
I think it's over.
Not sleeping. Here, you can use request body. So it's reading the data and converting into Java object using which framework? Jackson Mapper. Done. Once you got the Java object, you are saving into the database using this one. Clear? After that, you are preparing the Java object, which will be converted into JSON eventually. Preparing Java object, which will be converted into JSON. People, you are not replying. So when you return it, it is converting into the JSON data, and this JSON data you can see in the response body. Yes, you know. This is the whole flow of it. Response body. Done. You got this much or you got totally confused? Let me know. One. Second step is go to the server. Third step is reading from the incoming request. And fourth step is converting into Java object. Fifth step is saving into the database. Sixth step is preparing the data, and seventh step it is producing the JSON data, and eighth step eventually it is rendered in the browser. Done. So please stop the session so that it should be compact. Who is the boss of the session? I itself. Oh,
I think Aman.
No.
I'm not the host.
Maybe Alam.
Yeah, yesterday he
No,
took,
no,
I
no.
don't.
Hey, stop the recording. That's fine. That's fine.
No, Nagan, you are the host.